Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing the MSI MAG 346CQDF E20 34-inch ultrawide gaming monitor. I've looked through the internet, checked ultrawide gaming monitor discussions, MSI MAG series feedback, and real-world usage impressions, and I'm going to break everything down and tell you honestly whether this monitor is actually worth buying or if there are better ultrawide options in this category. Don't forget to hit the link below for the best price. Right away. The biggest highlight here is the 34-inch ultrawide 3440 by 1440 resolution combined with a 200 Hz refresh rate. This is honestly a very strong combination for both gaming and productivity. Ultrawide QHD gives you a much wider field of view compared to standard 16:9 monitors, which makes games feel more immersive and cinematic. In racing games, open-world titles, and even shooters that support ultrawide properly, the experience feels noticeably more engaging because you simply see more of the environment on screen. The jump to 200 Hz is also a big deal because ultrawide monitors are often stuck at 144 Hz or 165 Hz in this price range. That extra refresh rate headroom makes motion feel even smoother, especially in fast-paced competitive games. When paired with a capable GPU, this monitor can deliver a very fluid and responsive gaming experience that feels close to esports level smoothness, just with a much wider and more immersive field of view. MSI is using a fast response panel here with a claimed 0.5 milliseconds response time. And while marketing numbers should always be taken with caution, it does indicate that this monitor is tuned for low motion blur and fast transitions. In actual gaming use, that means smoother motion clarity in FPS games and reduced ghosting compared to older VA ultrawide panels. Adaptive sync support is also included, which is important because ultrawide resolutions are demanding on GPUs. Even high-end graphics cards won't always push 200 FPS in modern AAA games at 3440 by 1440 resolution. Adaptive sync helps smooth out frame rate fluctuations, reducing screen tearing and stuttering so gameplay feels more stable even when performance dips. The panel design here is also focused on immersion. MSI includes a four-side slim bezel design, which helps reduce distractions and makes the display feel more seamless, especially if you're using multi-monitor setups or just want a cleaner visual experience. The 34-inch curved ultra-wide format also naturally wraps the image slightly around your field of view, increasing immersion without needing a full VR setup. HDR Ready support is included, which means the monitor can accept HDR signals. But realistically, this is more of a basic HDR implementation rather than a high-end HDR experience. You will get some improvement in highlights and color depth in supported content, but it won't match true HDR monitors with high brightness or local dimming zones. It's more of a bonus feature than a flagship-level HDR solution. One interesting thing here is the inclusion of HDMI and even a VGA port, which feels a bit old school, but it does make the monitor flexible for a wider range of devices. Most users will likely use DisplayPort for full 200 Hz performance, especially on PC gaming setups. Design-wise, the MSI MAG series usually focuses on a clean, gaming-oriented aesthetic without going too aggressive, and this model continues that approach. The tilt-adjustable stand is functional, and VESA mounting support is also included, which is great if you want a more ergonomic or minimalist desk setup using monitor arms. Now, being honest, there are a few limitations to consider. First, while 200 Hz is impressive, actually reaching those frame rates at 3440 by 1440 resolution requires a strong GPU, especially in modern AAA games. So this monitor really pairs best with mid to high-end gaming PCs. Another thing is HDR performance. Even though HDR is supported, it is not a true high-end HDR experience, so users expecting OLED-level contrast or mini-LED brightness may be disappointed. Also, ultra-wide support in games can vary. Most modern games handle it well, but some competitive titles or older games may have black bars or limited field of view support. And lastly, since this is a VA-based panel, you still get strong contrast and deep blacks. But some users may notice minor dark level smearing in fast motion scenes compared to IPS or OLED alternatives. So after going through everything online and comparing it with other ultra-wide gaming monitors, would I recommend the MSI MAG 346CQDF E20? Honestly, yes. If you want a large ultra-wide gaming monitor with very high refresh rate performance, strong immersion, good contrast, and solid overall value, then this is a very strong option. It especially makes sense for gamers who want a more cinematic experience than standard 16:9 monitors while still keeping competitive level smoothness. Overall, the MSI MAG 346 CQDF E20 feels like a well-balanced ultra-wide gaming monitor that focuses on delivering immersion, speed, and smooth performance at a very attractive price point in the ultra-wide category.